What is up, everybody? This is Marcus. Who's ready for a show? Marcus Speaks. What is up, everybody? This is your host, Marcus, and welcome to another episode of Marcus Speaks. I know it's been a while. I haven't been here doing my podcast. I think in like 3 weeks. I think this is happening. Here that goes. Alright. So, let's get things going. So, like I said, welcome, alright? Shot right something in the live chat, alright? So, write something in the chat that you're here. Everybody, don't forget on Fridays, Marcus Speaks Play comes on at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, I stream to YouTube, to Twitch, to Facebook, to Twitter. Yeah, those are the places all where I stream that at. So if you're interested, please follow me on sort of game recommendation, show recommendation, show idea, please leave it either in the live chat, in the comments, or hit me up in my DMs on all my social medias. These are my social medias. Instagram at marcus.speaks.podcast. Facebook at Marcus Speaks, which is my personal page. Then you have my page, Marcus Speaks Podcast. And then after that, you have Twitter, Marcus Speaks 25. So when I usually put out my photos of, what the show's going to be about. So I do that with Instagram. I push it to my Facebook page, my Facebook group, and Twitter. So if you follow me on those platforms, you should know what the show is about. And I also post everything on my personal page. I have 2 YouTube channels, Marcus Speaks, which is my main channel, the channel that you're watching now, as well as my second channel, Marcus Speaks Play. Please go and subscribe, and the links are in the description below. You can subscribe to both channels on each channel, because each channel is on each other's channel. That maybe like Marcus will talk about. When you go to subscribe to Marcus Speaks, you can right underneath. Subscribe to Marcus Speaks Play. Okay, links are in the description below. And again, like I said, please follow me on my second YouTube channel, Marcus Speaks Play. The link is in the description below. As well, follow me on Twitter. Not Twitter, on Twitch. And Marcus Speaks Play, all one word. Capitalize Marcus, the M in Marcus, the S in Speaks, and the P in Play. So, check out those links in the description below. Go and subscribe, please. Do what you can. And, where is that echo? Check. Which one could it be? Which one of these has a microphone that I'm using? Okay, are we back? I'm sorry. There was a okay, I'm not echoing anymore. Cool. There was a firmware update, and yeah, that shut everything down. But everything's cool now. We're back. So I don't want to hold y'all any longer. If you could, like this video. share this video, share the channels as well, and subscribe and hit that bell icon if you're new. Okay. I am using Restream. Some people like Streamlabs. Some people like StreamYard. I like Restream, and I'm streaming live right now to YouTube and Facebook. When I do my game streams, I stream to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. So if you guys are interested in using Restream is in the description box below. On YouTube, on Facebook, it's above. So just check the description above. As well as Twitch. Twitch is, I'm really not too familiar with Twitch, but if you guys want your comments on the screen like this, I can do that, because every time when someone says something to me, I bring it up on screen so everyone else can see it. So let's cut the bullshit. Let's get into it. Look, one of these topics is old, and I don't know why I'm doing this. Probably because I couldn't do it last week. So let me see if there's an echo now. Testing. Okay, cool. I'm good. So yes, one of these topics is old, but the way I want to go about this is I want to put something in the air real fast. Well, not real fast, but I want to put something in the air when I talk about it. So what I want to do for right now is I want to see if I can push this over. I can't. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna share this to Instagram so everyone can know that I'm live on Instagram. Yeah, share. I don't want to share it to people. I just want to share. Alright, fine. This is what I'll do. I will copy the link. What I should do is do this as well. Take a photo. And I will put this on Instagram as a story and also as a almost done. Should have did all this earlier. Alright, done. And this next part is easy. All right, y'all, let's get into this. So, a couple weeks ago, there was an an assault on a SEPTA train, and I would do a whole monologue, but I don't think I'll be here long tonight. So there was an assault on a train in Philadelphia, probably like 2 to 3 weeks ago. And for all my watchers, if you're listening, I applaud that you're here. All right. Thank you. Okay, so like I said, there was a woman assaulted on a train. So let's get into it. So there's certain words I don't say on here now. I don't say the word vacation, but if you guys substitute that word for what they're trying to mandate, I don't say that word anymore. I don't say rapé. If you spell it out and you take off the accent of what I'm giving it, I don't say that word on here either. So woman was R-worded on train, Philadelphia police said. So this is what I want to do right now. I want to show you guys a little report. So let's do this.
There is outrage growing after a woman was raped on a train in Philadelphia and passengers witnessed the...
I messed up one of my rules. Okay, so everybody, when I do my podcast, when I make my points, I have videos to go along with my points. So with that, Facebook and pretty sure YouTube doesn't like things like that happening, but there is a little thing called fair use. And fair use is this. Hello everyone, I'm going to tell you about fair use. It's the law. Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyright motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107. All right. So since that is out the way, let's get to it.
Attack, but did nothing.
Authorities.
And a train in Philadelphia, and passengers witnessed the attack, but did nothing.
Authorities say many of the witnesses had phones in their hands, but nobody called the police. CBS 2's Alicia Roberts reports.
There were people witnessing the act with phones in their hands.
SEPTA's chief of police with a disturbing account of what happened as a woman was raped by a stranger on board an L train in Upper Darby last Wednesday night. Investigators say other riders did not help.
People were holding their phone up in the direction of this woman being attacked.
He also says no one called Philadelphia's 911 and that it was a SEPTA employee who alerted police something wasn't right.
When the doors opened, an officer entered and saw what he believed was a criminal act occurring, ripped that man off of her.
35-year-old Fiston Nagoy has been charged with rape. Now SEPTA leaders are urging all riders not to hesitate to report suspicious activity, either by calling 911 or pressing the emergency button inside all trains.
And it automatically lights up and it contacts the operator of the train.
Some SEPTA riders were familiar with the feature.
A little kid hit one once, so I remember an operator called the train to see if everything was okay.
Others telling us they're often hesitant to get involved.
I've seen people fight when we would get off the train, and I just walked away.
While SEPTA says they've increased security, they're hoping more riders will also speak up in the name of safety.
Be angry, be disgusted, be resolute about making the system safe by contacting us.
And riders there in Philadelphia also encouraged to download the transit system's app in order to anonymously text with a dispatcher in the case of an emergency.
SEPTA is asking people to step up, saying people need to speak up when they see a crime.
All right. That's the next video, but I didn't mean to play that. But anyway, so this character here is the one who started the assault on the woman. So, let's get into it. A man charged with R-wording a woman on a commuter train just outside of Philadelphia harassed her for more than 40 minutes while multiple people held up their phones to seemingly record the assault without intervening, authorities said. More than 24 train stops passed as the man harassed, groped, and eventually R-worded the woman. The police chief for the Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority said at a news conference Monday. So, if this is true, it's a damn shame, all right? Because people who don't intervene or help a woman when she's in need of assistance, of getting somebody the fuck off of her. Like, I understand that it's dangerous. You don't know if the man may have a weapon or something. But look, it's a woman that's being raped on a train. This is a train that they take, that the commuters take almost every day. And I'm pretty sure this isn't the first time something like this has probably happened. But I'm pretty sure that if it was one of them, they will want somebody to intervene and get the guy off of him and possibly hold him down until the next stop for when the cops come. So I don't see any sort of excuse for why these people didn't help. Now, if you're trying to stop a domestic crime in progress, I don't know what the rules are in Pennsylvania with having, I guess, knives. I'm pretty sure knives around the country is pretty much straightforward. You gotta have a 4-inch knife in your pocket. That's legal. That I'm pretty sure that is the legal length of the blade is supposed to be. I'm pretty sure. If not, I think the entire handle and blade has to be within a 4-inch range. Use that damn knife if you have one. All right, like, it should be no goddamn excuses. This man right here that you see in front of your face, that's the guy that assaulted this lady. Now, her name wasn't put out, and I'm glad that her name wasn't put out because if you guys have been paying attention, this damn country's been going crazy. So, I remember stopping somebody. Let me take this picture down. I remember stopping somebody from a domestic violence crime when I was 17. So here's the story. Me and my friends, it's a shopping mall. It's a strip mall not too far away from my house. Pretty much, I think it's like a 20-minute walk. Probably a 15 to 20-minute walk. So this is where me and all my friends would go all the time. Because at the time, there's certain stores we were like going to. Plus, my sister, she managed a Sally Beauty Supply at the time. So, we would go out and, mess with her and her employees, and we would go to, we used to work at McDonald's, so we would go to Kmart. Trying to think what else was out there when I was 17. There's a grocery store, so we would hit up the grocery store. There was a Subway, McDonald's, Burger King, all kinds of stuff in the strip mall and by the strip mall. Taco Bell. So, we're coming from this other side that this small strip mall is like directly right next to it. It only has like certain stores, at the time it was like a Dollar Tree that was there, a hair salon, and I think a tanning salon. So we're coming from that strip mall, and directly right next to that little small strip mall is the big strip mall that we were going to. So we were about to go into Acme so we could grab some drinks and some snacks. So we hear yelling happening in the parking lot, and like right when you step away from the Acme, probably 10 to 15 feet in front of it is their parking lot. So probably 6 spaces down, I see a guy and his girlfriend arguing. So he hit her. So in May, I told my friends, I gotta stop this. And they was like, nah, Mark, don't go over there. I'm like, nah, I gotta go over there and stop this. And they looked right around the age of maybe 22, 23. And I'm 17. Yeah, I'm 6'2". So I've been 6'2" since high school. So I ran over and I pushed her. I said, what the fuck is wrong with you? Now, some people may say, well, Marcus, you just got yourself in a dangerous situation, because you don't know if the girl has anything on her, nor do you know if the guy has anything on him. I understand that part. But what you have to understand is I saw somebody that needed help, and I wanted to help. So I pushed the dude off of her, and I told him walk away. He didn't want to, and immediately, good thinking for my friends, they called the cops. So good for them. So the cops come. It took no time. They said, my friends said what was going on, so it took no time for them to come. And the guy got arrested. I explained to the cop everything from what I saw and what I heard. I said I just heard, loud arguing, and I saw the guy hit her, and that's when I intervened and pushed him off of her because, I didn't feel as though that it was right. So cop let me go. I didn't have to come in for, questioning or for a court case or anything. I didn't get subpoenaed or anything. But it goes to show, what I was willing to do to help somebody else. But these people that was on this train only pulled their phones out. This is what this country's came to. Whenever something starts happening, people pull their phones out. Stop pulling your phones out and do some sort of action that'll help somebody. So, Where am I at? But for real though, like shame on those people that didn't help this lady, because now she has to live with what somebody did to her for more than 40 minutes. Like, it was 40 minutes of him harassing her and groping her, and then, she gets assaulted. So let's move on. Police do not believe a single witness on the train dialed 911. They are investigating whether some bystanders filmed the assault. Both the man and the woman got on the train at the same stop Wednesday night. This is a couple Wednesdays ago. Wednesday night in North Philadelphia. Officers pulled the man off of the woman. Good for the cops. At the last stop, they responded within about 3 minutes of the 911 call from a transportation authority employee, authority said. So they say what we want is everyone to be angry and disgusted and to be resolute about making this system safer. SEPTA Police Chief Thomas J. Nestel III said at the news conference, arrest records show Fiston Nagoy, 35, was charged with and related offenses. The affidavit of the arrest for Nagoy detailed times of the assault, including that during the 40 minutes the woman appeared to be repeatedly pushed Nagoy away. Nestel would not give an approximate number of witnesses, and it was unclear from the affidavit how many passengers were present for those 40 minutes. Authorities have not released the surveillance videos. Can we say that the guy was getting off by being rejected? That's the reason why he did what he did. With having the intention of doing something to this lady and being a sexual deviant that he is what we can call him. We can call him a sexual deviant because, for the simple fact, he sexually assaulted this woman on a train, which is in public. So, which means he didn't really give a fuck about what he was doing. So the only thing I can say is, hey man, keep your butthole tight at night and in the showers when you're taking a shower, homie, because once the inmates hear about this, that you wanted to rape somebody, and thank God that my brother's a correctional officer, because he tells me all this shit. He tells me how inmates don't like chomos, what are child molesters, was what they call them, at the jail that he's at, or the prison that he works at. They call child molesters chomos, and he said that they don't like them, and they also don't like rapists. Ooh, why did I just say that word? R-wordists. So, yeah, man, I hope that you can at least get through a year of you not having your booty hole tampered with. So, the police also say, I can tell you that people were holding their phones up in the direction of this woman being attacked, he said. Elizabeth I'll just call her Elizabeth J, because I'm not about to say her damn name. Elizabeth J, a psychology professor at the John Jay College of Criminal Justice, researches sexual violence prevention. Sexual violence prevention. She said if people feel uncomfortable physically intervening, there are other options like calling the police. When we have multiple people don't necessarily intervene, she said. However, more recent research actually suggests that looking at video footage of more extreme circumstances, that up to 90% of cases, we do see people intervening. Which means, people, when you start seeing shit that is of that caliber, do something or say something. Alright? So where am I at? So it was actually somewhat of a abrasion in this case that somebody did not step forward to help this individual. Superintendent Timothy Bernhardt of the Upper Darby Police Department has said surveillance footage showed other riders were on the train and someone should have done something. Messages from Bernhardt were left Monday. So that was a few Mondays ago. The New York Times reported Bernhardt said that people who recorded the attack and failed to intervene could possibly be charged, but that would be up to the Delaware County District Attorney's Office to determine. There were no calls made to 911 in Philadelphia. Nestel said police were still waiting for Delaware County 911, which covers the last two train stops, to determine if it received any calls. Let justice prevail, everybody, because that's what is supposed to happen. This is what happens when people see somebody in distress and the first thing they do is pull their phone out instead of intervening. It's now up to the Delaware County, which is in Pennsylvania. Delaware County, the District Attorney's Office to determine if these people should be tried and prosecuted. Which is like good. Because why are these people, or why would these people get off scot-free if they saw somebody, right, being sexually assaulted by a sexual deviant that is in jail now, thank God. But why would they not help this woman? Like, it's weird. So, like, that's some pussy ass shit that you see people, like, I don't know what I would do if I saw somebody being sexually assaulted and I saw someone do this. Like, what is it? Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, it's even worse if they wanted to get even better footage and put their light on. Like, hey, check this shit out, y'all. Like, no. Stop. Intervene. Put your phone down. Intervene. Alright? There should be no reason why that a woman... There should be no reason for this story to even be a story. Because someone should have intervened. So, I heard this from somewhere. I can't remember where I heard this from. I think it was on a podcast that I watched, and a person said society has become some bitch ass niggas. Like, for real, society now is some bitch ass niggas. On the real, like, no bullshit. Like, we'll put our phones up, record something first, and ask no questions later. Like, we have no reason to ask questions for any reason, for the simple fact that it's like, well, I got everything that I needed from it. Like, you know what I mean? Like I let justice prevail. Let the cops handle it now. Because I'm gonna post this shit to Facebook. What? What is he talking about? Like, it's just ridiculous. Let's keep going. So, investigators said in the affidavit that Nagoy sat down next to the woman about a minute after he boarded the train car. Shortly after 9:15 p.m., the video shows her pushing him away multiple times until he is seen ripping her pants down at about 9:52. Damn, he doesn't waste no fucking time. Hold on. That's like 9:15? Alright, 9:15. Sorry. This nigga wastes no time. Bernhardt said officers arrived at the 69th Street Terminal on the Market and Frankfurt line, the busiest route on SEPTA. Around 10 p.m., a SEPTA employee who was in the vicinity as the train went past called police to report that something wasn't right with a woman aboard the train, Bernhardt said. SEPTA police waiting at the next stop found the woman and arrested Nagoy, who they had pulled off. The woman. She was taken to a hospital. According to the court documents, the woman told that Nagoy ignored her pleas to go away. Nagoy claimed in his statement to police that he knew the victim, but couldn't remember her name, and said the encounter was consensual. Nagoy, who listed his last address as a homeless shelter, remained in custody on a $180,000 bond. His initial court appearance is scheduled for, like I said, this just passed, October 25th. Court records show he had not requested a public defender as of a few Mondays ago. Sorry, I got just my headphones. All right. So SEPTA issued a statement calling it a horrendous criminal act and urged anyone witnessing such a thing to report it to the authorities by calling 911. Pressing an emergency button on every train car or using the authorities' emergency safety app. There were other people on the train who witnessed this horrific act, and it may have been stopped sooner if a rider called 911, the authorities said. Commuters held up phones as woman was R-word. Charges unlikely for riders who saw. So this is what I want to do. Let's see. All right. So we're going to get into this next video.
SEPTA is asking people to step up, saying people need to speak up when they see a crime happening in front of them. I'm Shayna Humphreys.
I'm Jason Martinez, and this is all in response to the recent rape of a woman on the Market Frankfurt line. Our Jeff Cole live in Upper Darby tonight. Jeff.
Yeah, Jason, we've talked to investigators who say, in point of fact, while this woman was being attacked, there were passengers on the train. They did apparently witness what was going on and apparently did nothing about it. SEPTA tonight is defending its response to the rape on the L, and it's asking, though, passengers who see something wrong to please help them. At Upper Darby, 69th Street Station, passengers of the Market Frankfurt line are outraged.
The attack was brutal. It was wicked. And the worst part is when the people were watching.
Several people watching, some within arm's length, says Upper Darby Superintendent of Police, whose officers are investigating the rape of a female passenger on the Market Frankfurt line Wednesday night on a train heading west to Upper Darby.
It's a horrendous act. And unfortunately, we live in a time right now where there are horrendous things, as always.
Arrested is 35-year-old Fishton Noy, who investigators say is seen on a train security camera.
Noy. I said Nagoy, but Noy. I didn't know. The G's silent, I guess. All right, whatever.
Next to the alleged victim, touching her and then raping her. Investigators say a female SEPTA employee called in the attack, which was relayed on radio about the attacker disrobing on a train at 56th Street Station.
Westbound train currently at 56th Street. Train car 1102, male disrobing on the train.
SEPTA says Noy was arrested at 69th Street Station on the train in the act. This afternoon, SEPTA's general manager and its police chief met reporters at the station to urge passengers to speak up when they see trouble.
You believe the agency's response was adequate and timely and did what it was supposed to do?
It was a very quick response, and let me say to everybody, there are 28,000 cameras on the SEPTA system. You will be videoed.
Any idea why anybody couldn't get to him?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about less than 3 minutes, Jeff. And in 3 minutes' time, police are coming in contact with that person and making an arrest. I think that's pretty good.
So we were asking Chief Nestel there why, if there was a call made at 56th Street Station of the man disrobing, why they couldn't get to him earlier. And you heard his argument there that they caught him within 3 minutes. Investigators say the victim got on the train after having a few beers, maybe apparently after work, say that she did not certainly know her attacker, tried to push him off, couldn't, that she may have then gone into shock when he attacked her. What to do, says SEPTA, if you see something horrific or just something going wrong on the train, is obviously call 911 or use SEPTA call boxes on those trains. Live in Upper Darby near the 69th Street Station. Jeff Cole, Fox 29 News.
All right. So, a spokesperson for this the suburban. I need to turn my damn mic down. All right, is that better, y'all? God, this shit is loud. I didn't understand how loud my damn mic was. All right, hold on. Down to 80. It's down to 80. I'll put that to 75. Alright. This music's loud too. Alright. Sorry, y'all. Like, whew, man. Could because I'm right up on the mic, fist away. All right. So, testing. All right, better. All right. So, a spokesperson. Sorry. Keep getting distracted. So, a spokesperson for the Suburban Philadelphia District Attorney says prosecutors pursuing the case against a man accused of R-wording a woman on a commuter train last week, which is a few weeks ago. Anticipate charging fellow passengers for not intervening. Request for surveillance video from the October 13th attack on the Market Frankfurt line train have been denied. Citing the ongoing criminal investigation, it remains unclear exactly how many other passengers were in the vicinity and whether they actually witnessed or recorded what happened. In an interview Tuesday with radio station WPHT, I have a good joke for that, but I do not want to say it. All right, so SEPTA Police Chief Thomas J. Nestel III said as many as 10 people may have seen some part of the attack. The narrative that passengers watched a man R-word a woman on a train in suburban Philadelphia last week and filmed it for their own gratification instead of calling the police is false. The prosecutor handling the case said Thursday as he asked witnesses to come forward. Delaware County District Attorney Jack Stolzheimer said during a news conference that the other passengers on the train were not present for the entire 40 minutes interacting on October 13th and may not have understood what they were seeing. People get off and on at every single stop, Stolzheimer said. That doesn't mean when they get on the get on and they see people interacting that they know a R word is occurring. Now check this out. If let's say people were in the same train car, and let's say that the woman was denying his advances, that is a sexual assault in progress. If he then tries to grope her, well, he did. So let me put it like this: it's a sexual assault when he starts to grope her, and then he rips her pants off, takes his pants off, and then inserts himself inside of her. Now, like I said earlier, why isn't it that? No, I said that he might have gotten off by her rejecting him, which the assault occurred, which means, in my opinion, yes, he got off by it. Like, he got off by him trying to, get at her. She was saying no. He's like, fuck it, I'm homeless. I want it, and she's not giving it to me. I'm going to take it, and then such thing happens. Sexual assault. Rape in progress. What more do you want? All right, let's keep going. I forgot where I was at. The narrative that passengers watched a man R-word a woman on a train in suburban last week, filmed gratification, is false. Prosecutor said that Thursday. And passenger not present for time. Okay. All right. So Stolzheimer recount of surveillance video and plea to witnesses come after days of authorities saying multiple passengers were present for the assault, with some appearing to hold their phones in the direction of the attack as people allege 35-year-old Falston Noy R-worded the woman in a train seat. Them seats hard in a motherfucker, but that's not the point. Police in southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority officials initially expressed dismay that passengers did not call 911 or report the attack, even if um even if they didn't understand the seriousness of what was happening. Upper Darby Police Superintendent Timothy Bernhardt told reporters over the weekend there were passengers present who should have done something in his opinion. Nevertheless, Stolzheimer said Thursday the narrative that there is a group of people callously filming and didn't act is simply not true. He added that witnesses of the attack could share information without fear of being charged. He said Wednesday, the Pennsylvania law does not allow for the prosecution of someone for simply witnessing a crime. Nah, man, they need that month in jail. They need to think over what the fuck they did, and they need to also reflect on the actions of what they could have done. All right, just be a better citizen in the community. Help the community. All right, that's all you got to do. There's someone in distress. You see someone in distress. If even if you wasn't even in the car, let's say you was close by the car. Let's say it was the next car over, or whatever. And let's say you was standing up and you saw something happening. You know that it doesn't really look right what's going on in that car. So why not press that little button that calls 911, and so you can speak to them and say, "Hey, I think a woman's being R-worded in the next car on the train that I'm on. Please send help." That's all. But if they do get charged, like I said, let's say it's a month in jail. Let them get that month. They need that month to think over what the hell they did. All right? Protect your community. Protect your city from deviants like this. All right? All right. Surveillance video shows two passengers holding phones up towards the assault, Stolzheimer said. One of those people provided video to authorities as part of the investigation, he said. Requests by the Associated Press for surveillance video from the attack on the Market and Frankfurt line have been denied by SEPTA. Noy, who told police he had seen the woman before and that the sexual encounter was consensual. But on a train, though? Now, I understand, like, people have, like, these crazy stories in New York, right? Of, like, homeless people hopping on trains. Dave Chappelle had a crazy joke where he said, let's say if it was true, because it could be true. You know, you can't underestimate a homeless person. But Dave Chappelle said in one of his comedy specials, I think it was one of his first jokes in his comedy special called "For What It's Worth." The joke goes, he said he gets on this bus in San Francisco, and he's smoking a cigarette. A woman says, "Hey, can you put that out? This is everybody's air. We don't want our air polluted on the bus." He flipped it. Then he said, this homeless guy pops up out of nowhere and holds the bus hostage by jacking himself. Now, this was on a bus, and we always hear, you know, people who's from New York tell their crazy stories about their train rides in New York. This is sort of kind of the same thing in Philadelphia. A homeless man assaults somebody on a train, but no one does anything about it. Like, come on. Like, what do you expect for the person to do? Like, defend themselves? Like, come on. This is a woman we're talking about. Let's say this woman was underage. Let's say this was a 15-year-old girl at 9:15 at night. Let's say she was getting off from her waitress job. Now, there's two things that can happen to her. A, being robbed for her money, because, you know, waitresses make tips every night. Two, being assaulted, sexually assaulted, or just physically assaulted. So, what do you expect for this young person to do? Fight? This 15-year-old would be scared out of her fucking life because it's this 35-year-old man trying to come on to her. She doesn't want this to happen. She's scared out of her mind because she doesn't know what will happen if she fights this person off. So what do you expect for this person to do? Now, let's bring this back to the woman of her being of age. We don't know how old she is, but let's just say the same thing was in effect. She just got off from work. She just wants to get home so she can go back into work the next day. What do you expect from this person? Because the woman was probably scared out of her mind. She probably didn't know what the fuck to do. And she probably was thinking in her mind that someone would try and help her, but no one did. So now she has to live with this. She has to go through years of therapy for this. When you could have just intervened and helped her. But no one cares. Right? No one cares because they just want to film this. Now let's go back to if she was a 15-year-old girl. You now hold in your phone child pornography, which is a federal offense. So you don't want to come forward. Now, we all know with this technology shit that even if you do delete shit, it's still somewhere out there. Especially with this cloud shit, it's probably in the cloud. Let's just say if it was child pornography. You can't get rid of it, alright? So, think next time before you do something. How about thinking I should help this person instead of, let me pull my phone out and film? Makes no sense. Let's keep going. Sexual encounter was casual. That's where I left off at. Is charged with R-word and several related offenses and is being held at a $180 bond, as I said earlier. The woman who was taken to the hospital said she had never met Noy and did not give him permission to touch her. A public defender assigned to representing Noy declined to comment, saying it was still very early in the case. A hearing is scheduled or was scheduled a few Mondays ago. So, SEPTA Police Chief Thomas J. Nestle or Nessel, it's probably Nessel. The third best estimate was there. Hold on, let me start that all over. SEPTA Police Chief Thomas J. Nessel, the third best estimate. Was there were about 10 passengers in the close vicinity of Noy and the woman during the raid. The R word, sorry. Some of these rapids I did not see, so I couldn't change them. which started about 9:52 p.m. and ended when SEPTA police pulled Noy off of the woman about 10 p.m. So we talking 40 what 40 minutes past? Let's see. How long? Yeah, about 40 minutes passed from her and him. So that takes us to 15. So that would be 55. So let's say it ended at 10:05, right? So that's a whole 45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes that had passed. But no one wanted to do anything. What the fuck, yo? This lady was in distress for 45 to 50 fucking minutes. Like, this shit is crazy, man. How? Okay, this is where it will hurt, and let me say it after this. Authority spokesman Andrew Bush said Wednesday an off-duty SEPTA employee was one of the 10 people. That employee alerted SEPTA police because he believed something wasn't right with the interaction, Bush said. He praised the employee's action, saying he likely prevented Noy from being able to walk off the train and escape arrest. Now, this is what I wanted to say. Hold on, let me get my point back. Alright, I got it. Imagine if this was you doing this, because this usually touches people when people say this. What if this shit was you? Being assaulted for 45 to 50 minutes. 50 fucking minutes, man. 50 minutes. Just imagine. Let me go back to the 15-year-old analogy. Let's say this was a 15-year-old being fucking assaulted for 50 minutes. That 50 minutes that young person endured can't get that 50 minutes back. Do you know what happens to the mind of a young person who gets sexually assaulted? Their life never recovers sometimes, if not ever. Usually, they become a predator their damn selves. So just think about this. You didn't help this woman. Now, I'm not saying that this woman will then now become a sexual predator herself. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is, what if she was 15? Because I covered before, men are more likely to be rapists. I said it. R-wordists than women. And I forgot the stat on it, but it's when it comes to women, it's very low. But it's a stat for women. for being sexual predators. R words. Just think, these people, and I'm still in the teenager analogy. Just think, by them not being able or not abling themselves to help, it's a possibility that they could have created another sexual predator in the world. Now, if they intervened, they could have stopped that whole process a whole lot. But I'm playing Marvel's What If right now. Like, what if this shit stopped? Whatever. All right, so check this. All right, so 3 minutes after the employee reported the assault, SEPTA officers stationed at the 69th Street terminal responded to the train car and stopped. An arrest for a separate sexual assault at the 69th Street terminal was also announced at the news conference Thursday. Bernhardt said a woman had missed her stop and asked the suspect how to get to the platform to go in the opposite direction. As he showed her, Bernhardt said he groped the woman and pushed her into a secluded area. A passenger on the platform heard her screams for help and intervened. Good for that fucking innocent bystander. SEPTA police ultimately stopped the attack and took the man into custody. Now, this is a separate case. But somebody had the smarts to say, hey, fuck my phone, let me run up to this platform and help this woman. You see, this is a person that wants to help someone. Well, this is a person who sees it in themselves that I want to be able to protect people if they're in distress. They heard, they went to the woman's aid, stopped the assault, cops came, arrested the person. I'm pretty sure the person's in jail right now. So, what is it with people not having it in themselves, being bitch ass niggas, like I said, by not helping somebody? Like, that shit's disgusting. That shit is disgusting. You'd rather pull your phone out than to help somebody? Are you crazy? If you could, people, can you like this video, share this video, and if you're new, please subscribe and hit that bell icon to all so you can get all of my notifications, alright? And please, if you want to hit me up or follow me or subscribe to my second YouTube channel, all the links are in the description below, okay? Alright, thank you. So, alright, so I have another video for you guys. Here we go.
Here's some bad news at 6:02. Again, another sexual predator riding SEPTA trains. Assaults not...
Hey, I watch that guy early in the morning. Well, not all the time, but when I'm at my barbershop, my barber watches this program. Well, the morning program.
One, but multiple victims, and among the victims, at least 2 Philadelphia school children. Steve is in Upper Darby. Steve.
Whoa, wait, what'd he say? Let me turn my volume up in my headphones.
And among the victims, at least 2 Philadelphia school children. Steve is in Upper Darby. Steve.
Mike, and the latest attack happens a week to the exact night of last Wednesday's moving train rape on that SEPTA train. And in another coincidence, the best part of the story, SEPTA transit officer Thomas Shalero, who stopped last week's attack and grabbed the rapist off the woman, is the one that made the arrest last night at 69th Street. This is a 37-year-old man.
Now, this is the other story. Listen to this.
We're withholding his name until we get the charges. He's now in custody here at Upper Darby Police Headquarters, where he was brought after what could have been his fourth known attack just since Monday in the days following the internet.
His fourth known attack. How does even one attack get off? And I'm prefacing this by this person, the other guy, and their victims being on trains or train platforms waiting for trains. Or a train. But in this case it was the L train, not the A train. But anyway, like how does this happen for him to have a fourth offense that he attacks a woman and assaults her?
National story of that rape, and you're thinking, why are we just hearing about this now if there was so many attacks this week? That's a good question that SEPTA should be answering, you would hope, this week, because you can bet that a lot of parents that are waking up getting their schoolgirls ready to get on SEPTA wish they had known about this, because it starts with the first report Monday at 5 p.m. when a schoolgirl says she's on the Broad Street line at the only station. It says this guy grabbed her privates inappropriately, and they see the pictures of it on their surveillance system, and they get the pictures and they put them out only internally within SEPTA police, and they say, we need to identify this guy. Here's what he did attacking this girl. She shoved him off, got away from him. He gets off the train. Then they get another report the next day from Cristo Rey School in Philadelphia. It's a high school. And one of the students went to the staffers there and said, I was sexually assaulted yesterday on the Broad Street line by a man. She describes the man. They go and they find surveillance of that assault on the train. And then two officers, one a patrolman, another one a SEPTA detective, instantly identify this guy when they put out the pictures. Again, only internally, not out to the public, not out to the schools, not out to every parent who has a little girl riding these trains every day. And so they go, be on the lookout for this guy. Then they get a third report from a woman who says an unknown black man grabbed her inappropriately. She's going through the turnstiles. Again, Monday, this is at 4, at 15th Street, right across the street from Philadelphia City Hall. And she actually shoves him, pushes him, chases him through the concourse on the platform up to Dilworth Park. She loses him. Philadelphia Special Victims Unit took over that case, and we're interviewing her. So that brings us to last night. And so this poor woman riding on the Market Frankfurt line with the information kept from the public, so she has no clue. She's on a train with a sexual predator, and asks this guy for help trying to get back on the train because she got off. And he goes, I'll help you. He waits for all the other passengers to move, and he goes, you go this way. And he takes her to this 69th Street station, transportation station, stairwell in the back that's real smelly. I took this video with my cell phone last night, and you see the platform, and he pulls his pants down, ripping her pants down. She somehow gets away from him briefly, and there's the super cop, Thomas Shalero, there where he needed to be to stop that attack and make the arrest, why this guy's pants are around his ankles. And that brings us to the case here. This guy told police he just got out of jail. He has multiple priors. That's what SEPTA police already do. So they had all this information. And again, like yesterday's story we broke, if we didn't put that video on the air of the guy slugging that poor kid in the face, nobody would ever found out about that probably. The DA's office found out about it when we put it on the air. The guy got fired after we reported it the other morning. And this is a pattern here of things happening that the public doesn't know about unless we put it on. And that's why we're getting this information, because his own rank and file officers are like, what's going on here? We can't hide this stuff from the public. People's lives are in danger. And this poor woman, how do you explain it to her? Yeah, we knew about this guy, but we dn't let you know. Mike, Alex.
That's ridiculous. Transparency is the key. What is going on? This is stuff we all need to know before we leave our homes.
Begin with a terrifying attack.
All right. Now, I just gave y'all a 2-for-1 because when I was reading through this was last week when I was reading through this, when I was having technical issues. And I want to apologize for that because, and I want to apologize to, I want to apologize to my audience, because I had technical issues, and it's no way for you guys to know here on the YouTube side because I don't have the ability to where I can let you guys know yet. But I want to apologize not only to the viewers, to my personal audience, but also to the new people that have subscribed from the GMS show. I want to apologize for them because I did tell y'all last week, hey, I'm going live tonight, blah, 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 whatever. Check me out. I want to apologize to y'all because if y'all was waiting on a show and you did not get it, the reason is because I had technical difficulties. For some reason, my old camera wasn't working. Here's my old camera right here. It's a camcorder or whatever that I was using. I bought a new camera yesterday. That was the camera I was using for my game stream yesterday. So we're in good hands now. I'm able to stream without, and this camera doesn't fault. So I'm grateful for you guys if you're watching, and I'm also grateful for the GMS family, the Green Room, if you're watching as well. I want to thank you guys and give you a round of applause. All right. So, no proof anyone took video of R word. Passengers did not sit around and record cell phone video of a R word aboard a SEPTA train for their own gratification without contacting authorities. Delaware County's top prosecutor said Thursday there is a narrative out there that people sat there on the L train and watched this transpire and took videos of it for their own gratification. Stolsteimer said using the nickname for the Market Frankfurt line that is simply not true. It did not happen. We have security video from SEPTA that shows that is not the true narrative. In fact, Stolsteimer said SEPTA security video shows that a handful of people who were getting on and off the train as it traveled from Philadelphia to the 69th Street terminal had observed different parts of the R word. Possible without knowing what exactly was happening, two people may have recorded video of the attack on their cell phone, one of whom probably alerted SEPTA of the attack, Stolsteimer said. The train car where the alleged R word happened was not very crowded at all, Stolsteimer added while noting that the assault happened as the train was moving, meaning it may have been impossible for other people to understand that an attack was taking place. Both SEPTA and Upper Darby Police Department Superintendent Timothy Bernhardt had said people watched the attack and took cell phone video without calling 911. It's disturbing that there were definitely people on the L train and no one did anything to intervene or help this woman, Bernhardt said previously. Oh yeah, another note. Not only did my camera crap out last Saturday, but also for some reason my audio program that I use that crapped out too. So I was having issues upon issues last Saturday. So, like I said, if you're watching, thank you. All right. It gets more entertaining after this. I just want to bore y'all with the important shit first before I get to the funny shit. So Stolzheimer emphasizes that it is not unlawful to avoid intervening when witnessing a crime, and he asked anyone who may have seen the R word to come forward and aid with the investigation without fear of prosecution. Only one witness has come forward thus far. He noted, "What we're trying to do is gather everybody who witnessed anything that night without fear of being prosecuted to come forward so we can gather whatever evidence could be to be gotten from," Stolzheimer said. The district attorney added that people in the region are not, in my experience, so inhuman that they would videotape a R word for their own private enjoyment. In fact, he said people are more akin to the woman who also at the 69th Street terminal heard another woman crying for help and intervened in a separate sexual assault Wednesday. Well, people, I hope everyone that was on that train that recorded the assault is brought up on some sort of charge. I'm pretty sure it's some sort of charge. And I'm only saying this like this for this reason. If there is some sort of charge for this, such as and like they said, there is no law that states that they can get in trouble for not intervening. But if they allowed that to happen, the R word to happen, but they just looked away and allowed this woman to be assaulted, then some sort of charge should be brought upon them. Because this is ridiculous that people are so into themselves or so selfish that you can't even help anybody when they're in need. So I hope the woman gets help or some sort of counseling for the traumatic experience that she endured, that she had to endure. And to anybody else who was on the train, I hope you learn your lesson about not caring about your neighbor. And but I'm lucky that the guy is in custody. Both guys are in custody. That tried to assault, because this is the second part of the last video. So here we go.
Happening at SEPTA stations, a place that thousands of commuters travel through every single day.
Edwin Allen is accused of groping and attacking a woman at the 69th Street terminal last night, and Thistan Noy is accused in a rape at the same station last week.
Okay, I thought it was the second story. But it's, not the second story, the sale, but it's noise. So here we go.
We have team coverage at 5. Jasmine Payud has the update for you from the district attorney's press conference we first brought to you on CBSN.
But let's start with Howard Monroe, who spoke with the officer who made the arrest in both of these cases. Howard?
Jessica, Yuki, this is a case of being in the right place at the right time, but we must warn you, some of the details here are graphic.
Something this high profile, I never came across something like this before.
SEPTA police officer Thomas Shirillo has been with the department for 4 years. He says his police work has never been more important than it was on Wednesday evening. He was steps away from where a woman was being sexually assaulted at the 69th Street Transportation Center.
Well, I was close. I heard screaming from inside the terminal. I went upstairs to investigate, and when I arrived, I saw.
This officer needs a round of applause, everybody. This officer is officer needs a round of applause for being there at that station and for helping this woman, both women really, and making sure that order and laws and stuff are being followed, because without a good guy like him, and I don't know, for all my extremists out there that hate cops, I would say I don't have a personal affinity for cops, but I do like the ones that do their job to the best of their abilities. And I do like the ones who are polite and talk to to citizens and stuff like that. I was speaking to a cop just a month ago when it was a bad accident on this road, and me and him was just chit chatting, having a good time, laughing and shit. I'm pretty sure he wasn't supposed to be chit chatting, but he was passing time. It was a crash. Like, what could he do other than just direct traffic away from the accident or what have you, or what have you? But I do respect this cop and for what he did.
The victim and a couple other members of the public pointing out the suspect.
Police say a woman was riding on the L and fell asleep. When she woke up, she exited the train and went into the concourse and asked the suspect for help finding the train to get back into the city. Police say 28-year-old Edwin Allen offered to help the woman, but instead ripped her clothes off, groped, and assaulted her. While SEPTA has nearly 2,000 surveillance cameras in the system, Shirillo was there when he was needed most.
You kind of just have to block out the noise. You don't really have time to think. You think, bad guy, I have to get him, intervene however I can.
Allen has a sex conviction on his record in Philadelphia and has been on SEPTA's police radar as a serial sexual attacker. Now, the officer is stationed at 69th Street, and he says he's going back on.
Y'all know I gotta say this. They know better having that old ass cop taking this dude into to wherever the hell he has to go, probably in court. But come on, man. Now they know this old ass dude can do shit. He could be strong. I'm only making an observation. He could be the strongest old dude you've ever seen. But they know better by that. Yeah, he's in handcuffs. Yeah, it's no possible way of escape. It's no way that he can possibly get up those cuffs. But come on now. Come on now. All right, let's get back to it.
Back on duty there tonight, live at SEPTA headquarters. Howard Monroe, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Howard, thank you for that.
All right, and I know y'all see this shit, so hold on.
Holy shit.
Oh man, what can I say about this? This is 46 seconds, so your boy Eddie Winslow and Sid Starr, reality personality, I guess, and troublemaker. They recently had a photo shoot, and let me play it now as I speak. They had a photo shoot where they were all hugged up on each other and having fun and all kinds of mess. This is a big ass mess. Kissing he kissing Sid Star. I'm not even gonna say any sort of pronoun. He kissing Sid Star, and he, all this craziness was happening, and it was all in. It was all on Vlad's website, Shade Room, even certain YouTuber I really don't like. What's her name? Hold on, I got both. I'm not getting a copyright strike, but yeah, all this was happening. What you see, all of this was happening. Like he kissing on her and all kinds of mess. But hey, if they dating, they dating. Like this is actually the second. I didn't know the other one. This the next video played. But anyway, look. The internet buzz. This was a few Mondays ago. So because this story is so old, and I didn't get to talk about this last week, so the internet buzzed with rumors of a romance between Darius McCrary, aka Eddie Winslow, and Sydney Starr. McCrary is most known for his role as Eddie Winslow on the TV show Family Matters. Starr is a transgender reality star. I don't know what reality show she's on, but if I had to take a guess, if I had to take any guess of whatever reality show she's on, Love and Hip Hop's probably the place where Love and Hip Hop's probably the place that she's on. So, the two shared images from a photo shoot, which do I got that other image? I don't think I do. I don't. But the Jasmine brand also has something to say about it. Let me blow up what she said. Just a little too far. All right. Here, this is, I guess, his star talking. Here, standing next to me is seasoned legend actor in this entertainment industry, at Darius McCrary, a black heterosexual male actor who's standing aside a controversial transgender woman like myself. We are great friends, and this is a powerful movement we have made to let this be a lesson to the world that we are all human. No matter what, family matters. Hashtag family matters. Make sure y'all tune into at the Zeus Network for baddies. My makeup by at artists, whatever, who gives a damn. The Zeus Network. That's the same network that had this Black China had executive produced a show on there where it was talking about like OnlyFans models. I didn't get to watch it. I wanted to watch it because it was a young lady on there. She's a big internet presence as far as like all def digital. If y'all watch the YouTuber Big Ja, she be in his videos. And I don't know where else she be at. I know she has her own YouTube channel, but this, I guess I can call her an Instagram model. Persephone was on that show. Was on whatever show Black China produced. But yeah. But yeah, where am I at? Share image from photo shoot, which sparked questions online about their romantic situation. Sharing one of the photos, Star would state they are great friends, which I just read. I don't think I have any more videos. I mean, any more photos. Yeah, I do not. So let me bring this down so I can monitor it better. I'll bring up the notes. Alright, so here's standing next. Yeah, I read that already. Here, standing next to me is a seasoned legend. So, in a second post, the two's on camera chemistry radiates, but McCrary states they are just good friends. But you know, this is the chemistry that they talking about, and there was a lot of shit happening in this. Hold on, because I think this is a stupid. All right, yeah. So next video.
Kids, I want my mama. About my mama like that.
I had a crush. You know what I mean? I had a crush.
Hey man, you can't talk about my mama like that now. This is my mama, man. Hey y'all, so check this out. I don't normally like pay attention to rumors. I'm not into all that. But the small minds discuss other people.
No, it's not that they were discussing other people. Because like I said, I have more to add on this. Alright? And it's just a posing question. And I won't get to that question yet. But this is him explaining himself. I won't say he did a bad job by explaining himself, but y'all know how American minds work. Once they see you with with something that's out of, I can't even say out of the ordinary. When they see you, one, with a whore that you were married to by the name of Corinne Steffens, aka Superhead, they question you then. Like, dude, it just came to me. Everybody told Darius exactly what Loke Dog said to Ashtray, and don't be a menace while drinking your juice in the hood. Nigga, don't you know you just kissed everybody in this party? It's like, dude, like, come on. It's like, come on, man. Like, you know better. You know we gonna sit here and talk about this. And it's not small-minded people talk about other people. It's, we just want to know if you happy or not with your decision. That's all. We just want to know if you happy. Because if you happy, then we happy. We don't give a damn who you date. We just give a damn who you date. Alright, let's keep going.
Mediocre minds discuss ideas, and great minds discuss how to change the world. So while you're busy discussing me,
it's not me. We ain't mediocre, but just saying, Basically, he's saying while y'all discussing these rumors that aren't true, we eat. He said while enjoying a meal with co-star and who played his mother on Family Matters, Joe Marie Payton. Thought her last name was Johnson. Joe Marie Johnson. Anyway, who played Harriet Winslow. Let's keep going.
I'm trying to figure out how to change the world for you. Anyway, I'm sitting here with my mama.
Hi. How are you?
Mama, don't talk to them. They're rude. They're rude. Don't.
Spin the camera a little bit.
Spin the camera a little bit.
Get a better face.
Better face? Okay, Mama.
Now you guys got a better face on it, right?
Okay. Okay.
Here we are.
There we are.
There we are right there.
So y'all listen.
And I give another one. Another DJ horn.
Listen, y'all. When y'all are discussing these rumors that aren't true, we eating.
And they aren't true either. They are not true, okay?
Okay. I mean, but I will say this. What are we in high school? You gonna tell me who I can be friends with, who I can't hang out with?
No, that's not what we saying. That's not what we saying. What we saying is if you happy or not, because if you happy, we're gonna leave you the hell alone. Now, you gotta get these jokes. Alright? Nobody, and that goes for the alphabet people. Nobody will say that they can't get these jokes, because everybody can get these jokes. Now, we just want to know if you happy. That's all. Because what we saw was that you were happy at the photo shoot. We just want to know if you really happy, though. Like, because, it said Star. Chinky lost his career because of this woman. Or whatever. Whatever you think that she is. Or he is. Whatever. You really don't really have a career because we ain't seen you in nothing. You probably in low budget movies, that we don't really hear about. But as long as you happy and you making money and you still getting residual income from Family Matters, which is streaming on Hulu, not being paid to say that, but if you like Family Matters, it's on Hulu. But all we want to know. No, I can't say that. I can't say that.
I'm a grown man. I'm really 5 years from 50. So, I mean, if I wasn't with my mama, I would really be saying this a whole nother way. But I'm being respectful because my mama right here.
You better be.
Yes, ma'am. Being
anyway,
good.
we love you guys, okay?
Love you guys.
Love
Stop running with these rumors, y'all.
Don't go
Cut
with
it out.
It's not true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's when you need the
big brother to chime in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I think that my fiance would really have something different to say.
Wait, where did this fiance come from? Not saying that he's not, and number one, it's none of my business who he dates. I don't care. I'm just reporting the news and giving my opinion on it. That's all. But what I am saying, I should move this chat. I cannot see it. What I am saying is that it's clear that you really are uncomfortable with what people are saying about this. Like, you did all of this trying to get in front of this shit that it's making you look guilty of something. And I don't know what you're guilty of, sir. I don't know, what you, and I don't care, but let me say that, let me preface that again. I don't care who you deal with, but what I am saying is that, people talk. So while people are talking, it's like, Are you happy? That's all we want to know. If you're happy, that's all we care about is your happiness. Because if you was happy, you wouldn't be doing all of this. I gotta get in front of this shit because it's getting out of hand. You wouldn't be doing this. All right, let's keep going.
That's the focus. That's what y'all should be focusing on. Where that ring is. Yeah.
Where is the ring? You never flashed it the whole time.
Yeah, man. That's literally
You
it.
never flashed it the whole time that you were there and talking. Not saying that he has to, but never did. But I know. I don't even know if I can say this. Fuck it, I'm already here. I'm already here. We already know what finger is getting a ring around it, though. I'm being funny. Anyway, well, never mind. Look, we're not saying that you and Sid can't be friends. Nobody is saying that. All right. But it does look weird because not only was you kissing on Sid, you was hugging on Sid, you was touching on Sid, and if you know what we know, and you don't really have a good track record in the public of of women you've picked, you don't really have a good track record of it. That's just in the public. But you know, I'm just saying, like, what's going on? Now you're saying that you have a fiance. I don't have that video because basically his fiance in the interview started kissing on everybody that was in the room where he was being interviewed at. Some light-skinned girl. I don't even think her name. Sorry, I don't even think that her name was put up there. Like, I don't even think she said her name. So I'm just saying, like I just said, your track record. You married a whore, a hua, as an old German, not German, Jewish man would say. You married a hua. All right. And Corinne Steffens, aka Superhead, and now this. All right. You said you got a fiance, and why haven't you at least? And people have been checking your Instagram. Nowhere on your Instagram is there pictures of this woman that I remember of looking up, but I can look this shit up now. How do I search on here again? Let's see. Darius McCrary. There he goes right there. Okay, he has a Halloween photo of him and his fiance. Which is the 7th picture down if you go to look at his Instagram. He also has another photo of him and an Asian YouTube actress by the name of Jenny Babas. Then he has another picture of him and his wife. But that happened in October, early to mid October. All right. So ever since that happened, he's been posting pics, it looks like, of him and his fiance. Okay, I take that back. He has earlier photos of him and his fiance on there. So I take that back. But the question still stands, Darius. What was all the kissing and shit for? Was you like, is there a movie that you guys are doing together or something? Like what's going on? Like, what's this movie that's coming out that you guys are promoting and doing bad marketing at that? I should add. Like, is it a movie or something? Like, what's the movie called? Caught in Translation? Let me stop. Let me stop. That was fucked up. I should never said that. I should never said that. Look, all I'm saying is that when things come out like that, people do have some sort of speculation and will speculate about said thing. So, and I understand you trying to steer the narrative in your favor, and then you coming out and stating that, you know, Sid's a troublemaker and all this other craziness you said. But it still doesn't add up of why you was hugged up on this person. Just saying. Alright? So, here's the question that I want to add to this. Because this is the important part I was talking about earlier. Is this a ploy? Let me bring the picture back up. Is this a ploy for the alphabet people to get straight men attracted to transgender women? This is just a posing question that not only the transgender side has posed, but this is a question that I'm asking as well. Is this a ploy? Because the transgender question is that we're women, men should be attracted to us. Point blank. But we know as heterosexual men that that's not the truth. And no YouTube, no Facebook, I am not bullying in no way, shape, or form right now. I'm asking a real question here. Is this a ploy for you know, let's say black men, because we have two black men here. Is this a ploy for the black transgender woman side to get heterosexual black males attracted to transgender women? That's the only question that I have here, and this is how I want to pose this, by stating this: straight guys, and I'm not, and it's not really a question, I should say. It's more of what research I found. And this is what it says. Straight guys, trans women deserve to be loved. What will it take for trans attracted guys to overcome their unfounded shame and thirst for discretion? A 2018 study showed that only 1.8% of straight women and 3.3% of straight men would date a transgender person. A small minority of cisgender lesbians, that doesn't make any sense, cisgender lesbians 29%, and gays 11.5% would be willing. Bisexual, queer, non-binary participants, these were all combined into one group where most open to to having a trans partner. But even among them, just a slim minority of 52% were open to dating a transgender person. Right wing and anti-transgender opinion outlets looked at the result of the study and concluded that of course no one wants to date transgender people, based on the assumption that people can tell if someone is transgender, and that as a result there will be no sexual attraction. However, this analysis fails based on several key facts. One is that there is a transgender that there are transgender people who are very attractive, but by any hold on. Okay, let me start that over. One is that there are transgender people who are very attractive by any conversational standard, or conventional standard. Sorry. Another is that according to data provided by y'all ain't gonna believe what what the study said and where this shit came from. Hold on. Let me get this picture down real fast. Y'all ready? All right. Another is that according to data provided by Pornhub, the U.S. is the world's largest consumer of pornography, and trans porn is one of the most popular types. I think I speak for all. I don't need my theme music right now. Okay. Shuffle. I think I speak for all not trans. Whoa. I think I speak for all straight, heterosexual, this is the trans word, cisgender, males around the world when I say this. Ew. Trans? I can't even wrap my mind around that. Now, I know interracial porn is like the most consumed. And I think after that is probably... What would be the second one that's mostly consumed? I'll probably have to say black women will probably be the second. Then the third will probably be lesbians, and then I don't know where this trans porn falls. I'm not even gonna ask. I don't really care. But ew, that's nasty. In other words, you can't always tell who is transgender, and a lot of Americans are sexually attracted to transgender men and women when they think no one is paying attention. I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't know what the hell you're talking about. Anyway, let's keep going. However, the answer changes when they think someone is recording their answers. In another study, 348 cisgender college students were shown pictures of 48 cisgender members of the opposite sex. Each picture was randomly assigned a fake biography, which included whether the person in the picture supported. Hold on. supposedly was transgender or cisgender. Well, that makes no sense because if each picture was of a cisgender person of the opposite sex, how could there be any transgenders in there? Which means they tricked the people that they were polling. Okay. The college students were then asked to rate the attractiveness of the of the people in the pictures. The researchers found that participants were far less likely to find the people in the pictures attractive if they thought they were transgender. Look, and I know this by fact. You can only do this to college students because if there was money involved, then we all know that mostly all college students are broke. So if they were paying, then they probably was like, well, fuck it, I'll take this $45 just to take a survey. But you can't do this to the average person on the street. Because if somebody ever comes up to me holding pictures saying, which person do you think is more attractive? I'm like, man, you can get the fuck out of my face. I ain't got time for your survey, motherfucker. I'm out here trying to chill. So, and me being a skeptic and being skeptical of most things, you probably wouldn't be able. Well, I know you won't be able to do it, but I know they may think, well, let me ask this guy because for some reason, I guess I have a friendly face because, and I had this assumption when I will go out on the weekends because I kid you not, a burn victim came up to me and they had these. Let me stop. So basically, the burn victim wanted me to, treat him as if he wasn't a burn victim. He didn't want me to see how. Anyway, and then he had after our conversation, he wanted me to shake his hand. This is going bad already. This is going bad already. Now look, all I'm saying is you can't do this to a person like me. I'm skeptical of shit. Okay? I'm very skeptical of shit. Everything I look, every story that I present y'all, I'll be skeptical about. I'll be like, I don't know if this is true or not. Which lands me with a week-long search of shit to determine if the thing that what I'm trying to bring to y'all is true or not. Now, in other words, what I'm trying to say, this shit is nasty. Don't do this to people, man. Like, I would reject the offer for the simple fact that, come on, you can't do this. Plus, dudes don't want to be in, like, heterosexual dudes like me, straight dudes like me, we don't want to be in relationships with transgender women. For the simple fact is that we don't want to go to the sperm bank and then get... Anyway, look. We don't want to be in transgender relationships with transgender people. That's all I'm saying. Alright? Just leave it alone. Added the 1.3, was it? 1.3 or something like that, or 1.8 in the 3.3% of both genders of male and female who want to, allow them to. Like, come on now, like, leave us alone. We want to have kids. You know what I'm saying? We want to see our legacy live on. We don't want to be with somebody where the legacy stops. All right, just saying. Now, The question that gets danced around, however, is: are all these numbers indicative of transphobia? The answer, I believe, is clearly yes. This is not me speaking. This is the article speaking. All right. Because my question was, is this a ploy for transgenders to try to get heterosexual men to date them? That was my question. This is their question. All right. Before we dive into why these numbers reflect some combinations of ignorance and transphobia, I want to get one point out of the way first. This article is not to suggest in any way, shape, or form that people owe transgender people dating opportunities or sex. It is to point out that flat rejection of any possibility of dating any transgender people is rooted in an irrational bias against transgender people themselves. The bias is where real pussy and titties, not a science project. All right, that thinks it's a real woman with restructured surgeries plus ill. That's nasty. Why would any man be like, yeah, we need to be with men that are girls? What you think? Well, let's see what one of these people think. It's one of your own. Somebody who basically, I'll let him say it himself.
It, man. That's literally it.
So are you saying you want the black race
We all know that voice. Let's keep going.
die out? In that case, because if that's it, no women, or would it be better for him to go make a shade of brown?
You make a point. The shade of brown is better than nothing.
That's all I'm saying. We need to start advocating for men who want to be with men. I understand the impulse, brothers. I do. But our women are not showing us. I don't care what they say. What are the women showing?
Let's keep going.
That's the ultimate thing. Are the women showing what they're saying?
You make a point.
I'm gonna play
the shade
that
of brown is better than nothing.
That's all I'm saying. We need to start advocating for men who want to be with men.
Stop. This is y'all's boy, remember? Now, I did a little thing on Kevin Samuels a while back. I forgot when I did it, but it was like earlier in the year. What it was his philosophy, and I challenged his philosophy up against late comedian Patrice O'Neal's philosophy. Because if no one knows who comedian Patrice O'Neal is, this motherfucker was a fucking powerhouse when it comes to not only comedy but philosophy of men and women. This dude was a this is all I want you guys to do. This is y'all's homework assignment tonight. Look up Patrice O'Neal and just put relationships next to his name and have fun. Because then you will hear men my age and a little older and maybe a little younger as well. But it's a group of us, I would say within like, I don't even know. Okay, I would say older men and some younger men, and then my generation of men that's basically that are in the middle. Most of us heard Patrice and his philosophy, and we heard what he was saying, and then applied that shit to our relationships. Then Kevin Samuels comes with his bullshit, and then we have this. And I will play it over again. Hold on.
We need to start advocating for men who want to be with men.
What the hell are you talking about, Kevin? Now, this is me asking that question again. Is this a ploy for transgender women? Let me just say transgender women who want heterosexual men to date them. That's all I'm saying here. Is this a ploy? Because if so, the hand's been dealt. We saw it. It's not working. But if this is a ploy, if Darius McCrary and Sid Starr was supposed to kick off something for transgender women to be with heterosexual men, it's not working. But then you have this idiot that's saying what he just said. Is there some sort of above reproach thing that's not being asked here? Now you gotta remember, Kevin Samuels, the high value man guy, the man who very sassy, cusses women out on his platform. Now, I said this back in the video. Why is it that Kevin Samuels, with his philosophy of a high valued man, why does he then speak to women? What his high value male thing should be about is him having other high value men on his platform to then teach the other idiots who are so angry at women that they watch a man cuss out women and disrespect women, but then they still follow him from this. Now, I watched a podcast that spoke about what he said just now and asked the question, did he mean something else? Was he so wrapped up in what he was saying that he misspoke? I would say no, he didn't. But some people may, just like the podcast I was watching, shout out to Tommy Sotomayor, did he mean something else by this? Because if he did, then okay, no harm, no foul. Right? But if he did mean what he meant, and this ain't the first time that he said some shit like this. Y'all watch, I don't know, I don't even really watch Vlad like that, but when there's like an internet sensation, I give the internet sensation a month to try to wow me. If they don't, then I no longer subscribe. I gave Kevin Samuels a try to see what he was talking about, get his message, to see if I could, if I was interested in what he was talking about. No, I wasn't. So that's the reason why I don't look at Kevin Samuels anymore. But like I said, I'm a skeptic on top of it, so I was really paying attention to the shit that he was saying. And it's a Vlad interview that he did. And like I said, I don't know what number it is, but y'all I guess if y'all want, if y'all don't want to, then fine. I'm not really making y'all do this. But go to Vlad's channel, type in Kevin Samuels or look for Kevin Samuels, and just listen to the whole interview, and then you'll hear what he said on that interview. But I'll play this again. Let me cue it up again.
We need to start advocating for men who want to be with men. I understand the impulse, brothers. I do.
What impulse? I don't understand what impulse he's talking about. How long have I been on here? Okay. I don't understand the impulse of what he's talking about. I don't. Anyway. Look, somebody needs to stomp that motherfucker out. Especially, look, if this was your homeboy saying this, you need to stomp his ass out. Because what the fuck does that mean? That we need to start advocating for men to be with other men? Is he talking about heterosexual men? Because then what I'm saying holds weight. But if he's talking about, let's say, another homosexual male with another homosexual male, okay, no harm, no foul. I have no problem with that. Y'all do what y'all do. But we all know that he's talking about, well, no, we don't. Let me not make that statement because it could be false. But come on. Come on. Alright. So much ignorance can be traced to the simple fact that only about 16% of Americans have a close friend or family member whom they know is transgender. I don't have any transgender family members. I have gay family members, but I don't have any transgender family members. As a result, all sorts of myths, misconceptions, and stereotypes about transgender people can become truth to people who don't know anyone who is transgender. Let me say this. But to be honest, I don't know what to say, really, because it's not really a misconception on anything when it comes to this. It's we don't want to. Heterosexual males I'm speaking about. We don't want to. We don't really have any stereotypes about it. It's just these lady boys just running their mouths, talking crazy, not making any sense. I'm just saying. So let's keep going. Thus, there's a lot to unpack in these numbers. One is the discrepancy between heterosexual and homosexual respondents. Straight people were much less likely to be willing to date a transgender person, and it is likely because they see it as a threat to their sexual orientation, i.e., that dating a transgender person would make them gay or queer. But it will. What are you talking about? This isn't me saying this. This is society saying this. Well, half of society, because this was probably done by some liberals. Really, this is probably done by some liberals. And I'm like I said in past videos, I'm not liberal, I'm not conservative, I'm whatever, like whatever. I won't go through the full spiel. I'm free thinking. Okay? I'm not part of any of these thought gangs. I'm not a part of that. But if look, if a man decides that he wants to be with a transgender woman, by all means, do what you do, son. I don't have no qualms about it. If you want to be with if you want to be with your lady, homie, do what you do. All right? No judgment over here. I'm gonna talk some shit, but there's no judgment over here. All right? So where am I at? Lesbians and gays have less fear of such labels about their sexual orientation. The fear of being seen as gay will also help explain the result in this second study rating attractiveness using straight people as subjects. I'll leave that alone. Conversely, straight men are often deadly afraid of being seen as gay because they are attracted to transgender women. I don't think I understood that. Straight men are often deadly afraid of being seen as gay because they are attracted to a transgender woman. I don't think that we're deadly afraid. We don't want to do it in all. We don't know. No. That's not what we want to do. Sorry. Alright? That's not what we want to do. That's not what we feel in our heart of hearts that we should be doing. And I would say, ew. And TERFs, trans exclusionary radical feminists, have even conflated being set up on a blind date with a transgender person with R-word and sexual assault. Though it does call into question whether they understand what a blind date is. You don't have to have sex on your first date, and that the owners of the coffee shop were where you're having it generally frown on that sort of thing. Wait a minute. Now look. This is usually what a blind date is. A friend or a family member, or if not a coworker, comes to you and says, "Hey, I have the perfect girl for you to go out with. Here's her number. Call her. Get to know each other, and then I want to set you guys up on a blind date." Okay. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. But this is where shit starts getting a little fishy. Now we live in different times, right? So it would be very fucked up if your family member or your friend or a coworker, unless a coworker has some sort of vendetta out for you, it'll be very messed up for them to knowingly set you up with a transgender person and you not having any knowledge about this. Now, you would think in your heart of hearts that these people will have your best interests at heart. But then it's one thing for them to blatantly know what they're doing but not say anything. And then you find out at dinner or at the coffee shop or whatever. Like, that's a little fucked up, ain't it? Now, some people may say, well, Marcus, you're exuding everything that these people are talking about. No, it's just that I have a preference. That preference is real women. Now, by me having an affinity for trans words, not mine, cisgender women, why would then you have a problem with me not dating you? I don't like you. I like... It's kind of like when people make fun of other people for having on fake Jordans. I want my foot in real Jordans. I personally don't wear Jordans, so this analogy is just for y'all. I would rather wear real Jordans than to wear fake ones, because I know after a while these fake ones is gonna fall apart somehow. Just saying. All right. Let's see. Where am I at? Conversely, some gay men are afraid that dating a transgender man would call into question their gold star status. Another assumption inherent in these numbers is that transgender people have the wrong genitals, or that they aren't functional. While it is true that most transgender people have not had bottom surgery, ruling out an entire class of people based on a false assumption that all transgender women have a penis and all transgender men have a vagina is discriminatory. No, it's not. Anyway, which brings up the question: is it transphobic to have a genital preference? No. Which brings the shoe analogy back up. I'd much rather have real Jordans than to have fake ones. Just saying. I would argue that it is not using the sort of logic that would be used in legal circles. Namely, this rule can that can theologically be applied neutrally across cisgender and transgender people. Thus, the rule of I am not attracted to people with a vagina, or I am not attracted to people with a penis, can be equally applied to both cisgender women and cisgender men. But it doesn't apply. Who cares if someone doesn't like cisgender men or cisgender women? That doesn't apply to us cisgender men and women, because we know us cisgender men and women is about to populate this earth. Not saying that lesbian women though, because they go to sperm banks. But anyway, that's a different show. The legal realm also provides insight into whether a something is inherently transphobic in of itself. There is a legal concept called the but for test, where but for a certain fact or action, something would not have happened. It is also referred to as the I can't say this legal term, so I'm gonna look this shit up later on. Hold on, I might as well do that now. Let's do that now. Sanquano. Is that how you say it? Let's look it up as well. Let's go to Wikipedia. Sanquano. Is an indispensable and essential action, condition, or ingredient. It was originally a Latin legal term for a condition without which it could not be, or but for, or without which there is nothing. Sine qua non. Caucasian is the formal terminology for but for. No, I said Caucasian. That's not it. Okay, what's that? Causation. I said Caucasian. That is very embarrassing. Causation. Let's look up that word as well. Causation, the action of causing something. Okay. So, sine qua non. All right. Which means without which not in civil rights causes. This is a crucial test to see if individuals are being discriminated against. For example, if a woman was fired for wearing pants to work instead of a dress, and her male co-workers wore similar pants, but for the fact that she was a woman, she would not have been fired. And this constitutes a clear cause of sex discrimination. Applying this concept using previous case law is illustrative. After Diane Sawyer was offered a job at the Library of Congress, she came out to HR as transgender. I said Sawyer. It's Scorer? I don't know. Schroer. I don't know how to say that. So where am I at? That's transgender, and the job offer was withdrawn. The withdrawal was not based on her fitness for the job, but purely because she was transgender. But for the fact that she was transgender, the Library of Congress would not have withdrawn the offer, and this was clearly a case of discrimination based on transphobia. Now, look. Check this out. If they're trying to make this argument as seamless as possible, they're losing. Because their argument is this. And it's kind of like a schoolyard type of thing. Oh, so what? You don't like so and so? Why not? That's the argument that they're making. Like, why make that argument towards cisgender males and females? We have our preference. We're sticking to it. Why rock the boat? Like, I'm pretty sure transgenders would be able to find love somewhere, but not from cisgender people who don't want to be with them. Like, it's that simple. Like, why are we making this a big uproar for nothing? Like, it makes no sense. Like, just let it go. Like, you polled your heterosexual people. They said that they didn't find them attracted. Let it go. All right? Okay. Similarly, imagine a date that's going well. There's a mutual physical attraction and definite chemistry. Then you find out they're transgender via conversation. Yes, everyone still has their clothes on, and end the date right then and there. But for the fact that the other person was transgender, this would have been a really good date, and you probably would have seen them. Probably would have seen them again. This is discrimination against a transgender person for being transgender. You know, lying is in here too, right? Somewhere like you just can't be presenting. I don't even know what the hell I wrote there. I probably missed the word. You're basically presenting half of yourself. So, so this never happens on a date between a man and a woman. We don't have to disclose if we're truly male or truly female or not. We just know. Now, some people may argue, well, how do you know that how do you know that the person across from you is really who they say that they are? Well, usually how dating works is that you either meet somebody through somebody or you meet them at like a store or something like that. And some people inherently know if that person is real Jordans or fake Jordans. Now, if they're fake Jordans, the conversation never happens. But if it's real Jordans and they're really attracted to that person, then they usually go out on a date. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Everybody goes home knowing that I gave this person a chance. Now, I did that on purpose. I said what I just said at the end on purpose. Because the reason why we give cisgender men and cisgender women give each other a chance is because they're trying to figure out if they really like this person. Now, a date will end if a cisgender woman is on a date with a transgender male. Like, well, unless she's freaky, she'll probably stay. But a real cisgender woman will leave a date for the simple fact is you lied. Like you're sitting here lying to me right now by being in front of me. Like, a lot of people don't like liars. I don't. So, if you're going to sit here and just lie blatantly to my face, I shouldn't even say this at the end, then where would our relationship fall? Because you already started it off with a lie. Because so maybe some these liberals will say that, well, it's only a lie to you because they didn't tell you that they were transgender. So really the onus falls on you. No, the onus falls on the both of us because I'm actually presenting myself as a masculine person, as so a feminine woman would as well. But you're presenting yourself as, in the woman stance, as a masculine male when really you're masculine female. That's where the lies is. That's where the lie is. As well as a man, a masculine man, being on a date with a transgender female that you can see, like Sid Starr, is a very feminine male. That's all. That's where the lie falls. So you lied. I can't do this because A, I'm not attracted to people like you, and that sounds pretty fucked up. And you lied about who you were to me. And the last part, I don't want to do this because I don't feel as though that I want to be with somebody like you. That's all it is. Now take it however you want, but that's pretty much how the conversation will go. Just saying. So let's keep going. I got one more page left. So obviously, this isn't illegal, nor should it be. But from a logical standpoint, yes, this is discriminatory and transphobic. Similarly, I should say, the belief that all transgender people are unattractive to you when there are some undeniably very attractive ones. I don't know what the hell they mean by that. And that you could not have chemistry with them, or you religiously object to transgender people, and even when presented evidence to the contrary, is an expression of transphobia. No, it's not. It's not. Finally, there's the pretext of I only date people I can have children with. The implication being that procreation is more important than any other part of a relationship. Well, marriage and procreation is probably the two things that people think about when getting married. For the simple fact is, I love this person so much that I want to have kids with this person, so we can share our lives together. That's basically what marriage is. It's sharing your life with the person you love, and then if you guys have that in your cards, is having kids with them. That's marriage. That's marriage. Marriage is a relationship. Above all, it's the final stage of a relationship. And then it's, do I or don't I want to have kids with this person? That's all. Where am I at? Okay. This is generally something you hear from straight people, since lesbians and gay couples will help with children regardless, and is generally just a cop-out. At the same time, there are transgender people who have banked sperm or eggs prior to transition. There are transgender men who have carried their own children to term. But no. Yeah, okay, yeah, they are telling the truth, because I did see something about that. But When was the last time someone started a date with a demand that they provide a sperm count lab result anyway, or made them fill out a questionnaire about the regularity of their menses, their menstrual cycle? People. Short version: they don't for cisgender people. The starting point of dating is attraction and chemistry. Sex and procreation generally don't happen in the first hour of getting to know someone, of coffee and chit chat. Putting a different standard on transgender people to exclude them from the dating pool is an expression of bias based on false stereotypes, irrational beliefs, and fear, which is basically the definition of phobia. I don't think that's the definition of phobia. Ain't this great? We can just look this shit up. Okay. An extreme or irrational fear of or aversion to something. Abnormal fear. And you said is an expression of bias based on false stereotypes, irrational beliefs, and fear, which is basically the definition of phobia. Now you got irrational in there, but beliefs isn't a part of this definition. Now, I'll give you one caveat. Good old DSM. Let's look up phobia. Let me see. Phobias. Phobias. Alright, I'm way in the beginning. Hold on. Oh, come on now. What is this? Phobias. Who would phobia be under? We have neurodevelopment disorder, schizophrenia spectrum and other psychotic disorders, bipolar and related disorders, depression disorder, anxiety disorder, obsessive compulsive and related disorders. So, okay, let's see. I can do. They have a nice little glossary in here that I can use. Phobia be a trauma. Alright, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look it up online. So a specific phobia in a DSM diagnosis assigned to individuals who suffer from intense fear or anxiety when exposed to objects or situations. So what are the points? Okay, increased heart rate, dizziness or unsteadiness, nausea, sweating, shaking or trembling, an upset stomach, or breathlessness. So are you saying by being transphobic, being afraid, that's what phobia means, to be afraid of trans people, I would have an increased heart rate, which is palpitations, dizziness or unsteadiness, I'll definitely get nausea, I might sweat from having the nausea, and if I throw up, I will shake or tremble. And with that nausea, I definitely will have an upset stomach, but I won't have breathlessness. To that, okay, hold on, check this out. Environmental phobias, including deep water, heights, or germs. Animal phobias, including a fear of dogs, snakes, or spiders. Situational phobias, such as flying in an airplane or visiting the dentist. Bodily phobias, including blood or having shots. I know some people like that. Agoraphobia, fear of certain places, situations, or open spaces. Social phobia, fear of social situations. Transphobia is nowhere in here. Okay, and I'll do them this caveat. DSM, I'll keep DSM in there, but I'll do transphobia. Nothing really came up. Validating transgender identities, progress and trouble in the DSM. That's an article. Let's see. Yeah, there's nothing in here when it comes to transphobia. What is gender dysmorphia? I'll read it in short. i.e., one's psychological sense of their gender. Some people who are transgender will experience gender dysmorphia. Dysphoria. I'm sorry, I said dysmorphia. Dysphoria. Dysphoria. Diagnosis. Marked in thing is, people, I can't find anything. Okay, definition. This is probably a yep, I already know. The transphobia is a form of oppression and discrimination against those who identify as transgender. This can affect their mental and physical health. But this is only to the recipient, not the person who is transphobic in their eyes. Only the person who is transgender gets affected, not the person who is transphobic. I think I just debunked transphobia. Ain't that a bitch? All right, let's keep going because I don't try to keep you off for longer. I've probably been on here for 3 hours already. Yep, three hours and 11 minutes. All right, let's see. Where did I leave off? There are conventionally attractive, intelligent, charming transgender people who can have children out of their own, out there, who are physically indistinguishable from their cisgender counterparts, such as cis star. Blanket refusal to even entertain the possibility of dating someone who is transgender is born out of transphobia. But as y'all just heard me, I just debunked that shit. Just as no Asians on gay dating apps is an expression of racism. Man, look, all of this shit is nasty. All right, it shouldn't exist anyway. Because look, everyone has their own preference. Everybody has their own preference, and we should be allowed to explore our preferences in peace. Just leave us the fuck alone. Alright? Just leave us the hell alone. Let whoever wants to be with transgender people be with transgender people. Why are you out here making ploys and basically bullying people to be with transgender people? And I'm not saying that from a hateful place. I'm just saying it to be like, look, this shit's crazy. Just leave it alone. And to be honest, I like cisgender, big booty bitches with cute faces that are intelligent and witty. Allow me to do that in peace. That's all. Now look, everybody. I don't want anything that I said here today to hurt anybody's feelings. Alright? I'm just speaking from a healthy place of how I know certain men and women think. And the possibility of people that are heterosexual to be with a transgender person who are heterosexual, I think it's slim to none. So just allow people to do that in peace. And If you don't like it, then
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks, don't mind me.
if you want to act like a bitch ass nigga, then
Now fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch.
fuck that bitch. All right. So anyway, that's the end of the show, people. So this is what I'm gonna do here. Everybody, if you could pay attention to the everybody. Marcus Speaks Play on Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as Marcus Speaks Live on Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please don't forget this. Check me out when I'm live every weekend at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right? If you have any sort of show ideas, any recommendations, podcast ideas, or any sort of story recommendation, hit me up in the live chat, hit me up in the comments, or hit me up in my DMs on social media. Find me on social media is on Instagram at marcus.speaks.podcast, on Facebook at Marcus Speaks. Page on Facebook is Marcus Speaks Podcast. You can see all of my links from my YouTube videos. Get up close to all of it. So you can look at any other show. And you're on Facebook. Follow. I take you straight to all of my YouTube videos. And while you're there, subscribe. Alright? Hit that bell icon to follow. And I'm also on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at Marcus Speaks. The way that everything is spelled on the screen is the same way. So, I have 2 YouTube channels for you guys to check out, as well as a Twitch channel. On YouTube, my first channel, my main channel, I made was Marcus Speaks. This live show. My second channel, which is Marcus Speaks Play, where I exclusively game shows, as well as Marcus Speaks Play. I want to grow both audiences on put Marcus Speaks Play on Marcus Speaks. But you can also find Marcus Speaks as well on Twitch. I will be streaming game streams on Twitch. So for right now, I'm everywhere on every social media network, including Twitch as well. So please go and subscribe. The link is in the description below, or go to Facebook as well. And again, Marcus Speaks Play, please go and subscribe. Find me on Twitch at Marcus Speaks Play. So you guys could go ahead and check out all those links. Follow button, subscribe button. If somebody on Twitch has some bits, send me some bits. Subscribe as well. Like this video, share the video. Like this video, share this video. Share it, post, share this. Subscribe if you're new. And hit the bell icon to follow. And to end it all, streaming live to YouTube and Facebook right now. And on Fridays, I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. So, you guys could go ahead and follow all those on musicrestream.com. To all of my YouTube people, this this live video will be taken down. So if you caught it at the middle or if you're catching this at the end, go ahead and click the link that's above it. that whole other link that's above it, because once this video goes down, it gets deleted. Alright? So, everybody, I'm out.